Hello everyone, how are you today? So in this occasion, I would like to give a feedback review toward my partner's literature review matrix. So she is Niputu Ayu Nia Loviani. But first of all, I would like to say thank you very much for Nia to give such a deep review toward my works before, and it can help me to know the lack on my work, and I will consider it to revise it later on. Thank you very much, Nia. And then now I would like to give the literature review matrix. So it is my turn now to give the review to Nia's work. So we jump to the first topic here. The first part here. It is about the research topic. So here Nia writes about the research topic is implementing online tic-tac-toe game in teaching English for young learners. So here I would like to give a suggestions for Nia to make the research variable to be more specific here, because I highlight this one that teaching English is too wide to conduct the research. So you can make it more specific by using like this one that I have already example for you, like implementing online tic-tac-toe in teaching English vocabulary for young learners. Why I can make it vocabulary? Because after I read your identifications of research problem at the bottom of this matrix, I can conclude that your research focus is about improving students' vocabulary by implementing the online tic-tac-toe. So here you can make it more specific by stating that implementing online tic-tac-toe in teaching English vocabulary for young learners. So here about the speaking proficiency, because it is also that I can conclude from your research problem that you want also to you want to focus to improve speaking proficiency of students by enriching their vocabulary. So here the speaking proficiency is not a must for you, because like what Mr. Harris said before, that for the bachelor degree at our level now, we the two variables is enough for us, because when you make it when you add more variable here like speaking proficiency, it will be 3 variable, which is more specific for the master degree. But maybe after you take your master degree, you can you use it like this, right? All right. So I think that's all about my suggestion for Nia's research topic. And then we continue to the matrix itself. So here, for the first article that Nia's used to support her research, it is the problem of the first article is more focused to simple past tense and simple present tense, which is grammar. So I asked Nia here that it is focused on vocabulary or grammar based on your research. But later on I will explain you that I found the gap here that Nia want to state, but Nia has not stated yet, but I found the gap here from the article that she used and the research problem that she want to conduct. And then it's also like exactly grammar, because it is talk about simple past tense. And then this all about the first article, and then the second article is problem. The problem is about the student speaking skill, is to increase student speaking skill, which is this focus is in line with the expected research problem that Nia want to conduct, which is focusing on student speaking skill, improving student speaking skill. And then For the third article that she used is about the speaking ability also. It is in line with her research. And then for the fourth article, it is also about the grammar. I will explain it later on. And then here, I found something different here because she stated about this research is focused on students' motivations. Since she wants to focus only on students' vocabulary mastery here, but she also stated that this article is focused on students' motivation, so this could be discussed in your research problem later on, but it is not on your focus area, so you can discuss it or not, because what I can conclude here is because of your you want to conduct the experiment, you want to implementing a media here, so you want to compare the situations before and after the treatment, so whether it is difference in the form of students' motivation here or not. So you can discuss about the motivations. You are allowed to discuss, or maybe you don't want to discuss it, you also allowed to don't discuss it, like that. So, and for the sixth article that Nias used is also about the students' motivations here, but that she is also stated that this research is using pre-task and post-task, it is in line with Nia's expectations, that she wants to conduct a research by giving a pre-task and post-task before and after implementing the media, so she can compare the result of the task, whether there is a significant difference by implementing tic-tac-toe or not, like that. And then for the last article that she used is the problem is more focused on students' vocabulary, which is this problem is in line with the suggested variable that I have suggested before to be your research topic. So yeah, this is a good variable. This is a good article that you can focus to be your references, like that. And then this is also a student's vocabulary mastery, which is indicate the related focus or the relations with the focus variable that Nias want to conduct later on. So I think that's all about the matrix. Let's move to the review of the identification of the problem. So here I have highlighted here two sentences here, which is one of the most essential skill to teach English for young learners is speaking. As they learn how to speak in English, they need more information about vocabulary because they are expected to be able to convey the meaning. So here, these two sentences is already in line with the research topic and the research problem that has been drawn by Nias, because the first sentences is talk about or discuss about speaking skill, which is the wider topic that she wants to conduct, and then the more specific is about students' vocabulary mastery. So it is already appropriate for this part, this section. And then for this line or this sentence, it is already stated the expected research, which is speaking skill, like that, like what I said before. So now here I also noticed that Nia, you can make it this phrase or this sentence to be more simpler, like that. Simpler, when you say by a medium named language, you can make it only by using language is enough for you. So you can consider it as whether you want to revise or not later on. It depends on you. And then here I also noticed that here for the conclusions of your second paragraph here, I noticed that something lacked in this paragraph, that I can feel it. So I will be discuss it. So this could be the gap, because after I read your matrix and also I read your identification of problem research, I can find the gap here. So let me explain it. So at the literature matrix, most of your article are focusing or are discussed, the result is more focused on grammar improvement. So grammar improvement by implementing tic-tac-toe, online tic-tac-toe. So here, after I read your identifications of research problem, you are going to conduct a research on students' vocabulary. So here is the gap of your research, because most articles are discussed about, or not discussed, are found about grammar, that they are improving students' grammar. So here you are find a new topic, a new area, a new focus to be researched, which is vocabulary. So it is your novelty, it is your the gap, it is your gap on your research, like that. So but yeah, like what I said before, could be the gap of your research. But prior to this sentence, the last sentences of your second paragraphs, you have to state in more detail about the student's vocabulary. So this, after I read your second sentence, your second paragraph here, I can feel it that this conclusions is not already conclude, or the second paragraph, because something is missing in the second paragraph. So what is missing in the second paragraph is about the explanations of vocabulary. So here I suggest you to put these two sentences better if you put it here before the last sentences. So the last sentences of the second paragraph. So and then you can draw your thesis that enriching students' vocabulary will enhance their speaking skill, because before the conclusions, you already discussed about why we need to improve or enrich students' vocabulary to improve their speaking skill. That's why after that you can draw conclusions to be your thesis, that you want that enriching students' vocabulary will enhance their speaking skill. So so far I hope you understand with my explanations. So here for the two sentences of the third paragraph, it is already indicate the underlying problem that you want to conduct, which is students face some difficulties in learning English. So in addition, the teacher also found it difficult to teach English to students since they feel hard to use the language, because we found at the real situations that students are still find it difficult to speak, like that. And then here for the I found that you already stated 3 questions here that underlying your research later on, but I also found it that the 3 questions it has different area on your focus. on your research focus. So for the first question, all right, I do apologize, Nia, because my previous video has to be stopped because the Screen-O-Matic that I use is not premium yet, so it has time limitations for 15 minutes. 15 minutes. So I think I ran off the time to explain my review. So, all right. So without any further ado, let me continue to give my last review for your research problem here. So here you have stated that your research will be carried out based on the 3 questions here. So the first question is about how the implementations have any effect of students' vocabulary, and then the second is about what challenges of students while using the media that you want to implement, and the last question is about how the class climate will be going by implementing the media to the class. So here from the 3 questions that you have stated, especially for the first questions, I will underline that the first questions will be going to quantitative research, because when you focus on implementing media, I think you will be moved further by conducting quantitative research by using pre-test and post-test to experiment and control groups. So after you conduct the task, while you are implementing the treatment, which is the media itself, so you can compare whether there is a significant effect or not to the class that you have applied the media, which is the experiment groups, so like that. And then for the second and the third questions, here is more about the qualitative research. So you are only describe about what challenges they face while learning using Tic-Tac-Toe, and also how the climate, how the class atmosphere will be going while you are implementing the media that you want to implement. So the second and the third questions is more like to be the qualitative research that I can conclude in your in your research problem here. So overall, your matrix and also your identification of research problem is already perfect, is already good in my opinion, because you are already find the gap in your by making your matrix and making your research problem. You already have the gap there. So I already also explained that in my previous video. So your gap is about vocabulary improvement of students speaking ability, like that. And then I also noticed that your articles, most of your articles are the newest article, which is published between 5 until 7 years back, so you can use it later on as your references. So I think that's all from my review. So if you find any difficulties to understand my explanations, you can contact me, Nia, okay? And then I also do apologize if there is any mistaken of my words, of my explanation before. So I think that's all. Thank you for your attentions and have a nice day.